Warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online. Tariq, you're here this week.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, hey.
What the fuck
Boy,
is
hey,
this?
William disappeared and he's gone, so we don't know when he's back. Once again, every time William escapes from the multiverse, right? His universe keeps pulling him back in, you know, right? You can't escape your home.
Just when you think they're letting you go, they pull you back in.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of pulling you back in, what the fuck have I been pulled into?
All right, so so you got the perfect time because we are at the second episode of our weekly unnamed tokusatsu podcast series about Avataro Sentai Donbrothers, a weekly discussion where I also, a person with years of knowledge of Super Sentai, will be joined by my good friend William, but he is currently lost in the multiverse again. But don't worry, his replacement, you Tariq, you're here instead, right? So we can talk about the latest Super Sentai season, Avataro Sentai Donbrothers. Hey, this episode 2, Big Peach, Small Peach. Don't worry, you came in at the most abrupt time because we were only at the second episode of a new series, alright?
Yeah, but I feel like and because I've never ever been part of the fucking Super Sentai goddamn unnamed tokusatsu podcast before, but how is it that in every episode of fucking fuck, what was it last before Zenkaiger? How is it that every episode of Zenkaiger that I watched made more sense by themselves than this second episode of Donbrothers? I have no idea what the fuck is happening.
It doesn't help that Donbrothers is advertised as a sequel series to Zenkaiger. That doesn't help. But it has nothing to do with Zenkaiger so far.
So, alright, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does because the Zenkaiger is there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
okay, like, I literally I saw the dude at the fucking, what is that, it's a cafe?
Yeah, it's a cafe
right?
now,
Cafe Donbrothers.
Yeah, no longer a candy store.
But, like, so I saw him, and I went, oh, that's the dude from fucking Zenkaiger. Yeah. But, okay, I guess he's playing a different role now. And then the bitch went, and she said his fucking catchphrase to him, and I went, what the fuck is happening? And then they cut to the fucking opening, and two of the fucking Sentai are goddamn CG.
Yeah.
Like, what? This might be okay. I thought Zenkaiger had a fucking had a difficulty of adaptation for it. This might be the one that can never be added. Like,
it doesn't help that American. This season is 100% on the story of Momotaro, by the way. This
is that. What does that have? Okay, so I'm trying to piece together what the fuck is happening with the naming of all this. So it's Avataro Sentai Donbrothers. Obviously Sentai, I get it. Mm-hmm. Avataro, I'm piecing together that these are avatars that they have, like it's fucking the metaverse.
Yeah, okay.
And
that's one part, you got it.
The Taro is Momotaro,
mm-hmm.
And the Taro is Momotaro. What's the Donbrothers?
No one has figured that out yet.
Like, Donbura, I get that, like, the Donbura, like, cafe, but they're not... The story of Momotaro isn't about a group of brothers, and it's not... And none of these people are related, and... like... It's... What the fuck does that mean? What does any of this mean? Like... And why... Like, the only reason I can understand, like, I can kind of accept the whole, like, alright, I get it. Like, that's why there's CG or whatever, because, they're, like, avatars. Sure, fine, fuck it. But, like, they're so ridiculous. Like, I think it's crazy that the fucking pink one is a dude. That's awesome. That's fucking hilarious.
Boy, hey, that would have not been a surprise if we kept on schedule and did the other series before Dino Fury came back.
Oh well. Yeah. Oh
well. Don't worry. We'll do high school Guardians at one day. High school heroes or some shit one day.
Yeah. But like, this was. It's just everything about this is fucking insane. I don't understand what's happening. Once again, I like that this is yet another Power Rangers Super Sentai where the transformation device is a fucking gun. It's also Jesus Christ. It's the fucking gun from. It's the same thing. It's like they mixed. They mixed the gun from Kaiser and Zenkaiger together. And made the transformation device. And it's like, okay, I guess you can just do that if it's your own property. But like, how am I more confused on a second episode of something than a goddamn like episode 19 or whatever? This is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, this show is insane so far, right? Because we found out there's just a separate universe that coexists within the main. Well, not a second universe. Like there's like so it's really They Live. There's just straight up a They Live universe that exists, right? Because they put on their stupid glasses, right? It allows them to see the real universe, the metaverse, and everything.
Yeah, they can see. Yeah. Once you take the blue pill, you can see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah, because we find that out within the first episode. There's just straight up like a existing universe that coexists. It's pretty much a Men in Black situation, you know. Like once you see it, you're like, hey, turns out there might be a lot of aliens in this world, right? And it turns out that Toei is just saying, fuck it. The enemies for this season is Ultraman.
I mean, I guess it. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go through. This season so far is absolutely insane. It's only the second episode, right? That's what they mean with, because this season has been advertised as, hey, here's the sequel to Zenkaiger, right? But outside of the the Kaito character, right? Like, ooh, who is this character that looks like Kaito, right? But isn't Kaito?
Yeah.
Who
claims to not be Kaito. And then also these transformation devices that look like the fucking Kaiser and Zenkaiger guns.
Right? Oh yeah, by the way, so Kaito's this universe, Kaito of Zenkaiger, right? So in Zenkaiger, right? His character was named Zenkaiger.
Okay, yeah, so hold on.
Zenkaiger, right? In this universe, you saw the repaint, you know, how he's like a dark and gritty color, right? Right? I want you to try to guess what is his name in this universe.
No Kaiser?
That would be a good one. You should resurrect your idea, right? About how they would name a character that's just a repaint of the main character, you know, right? You should battle in your head with your thoughts about gods and everything, you know, right? Really come up with a super idea on what they would name this.
What?
This Zenkaiger.
Dragon Kaiser?
Nope. It is Zenkaiger Black.
Ball Kaiser. Oh, what the fuck?
According to Toei, that is his official character name. Zenkaiger Black. I was like, when I first heard it, I was like...
But that man's not black. Oh, Jesus. So, all of these... Boy, this also feels like... Because now I'm also seeing, hey, look, it's our favorite, Dino Fury. But, like, so the Avatar thing changes them, and then they become their own, like, they copy the other ones, so it's also a fucking legacy season? Like,
right. So that was the thing that we found out this season, right? Because that was the thing with Zenkaiger, right? When they had their Sentai gear, they're like, they were really just...
That's the thing, is how do you make a sequel season to a legacy season? Because then it just becomes another legacy season.
Right, yep, also, right? That was the problem, right?
But also, doesn't... Okay, so how many legacy seasons have
directly
has Sentai had? Because I know they had the pirates and they had whatever Megaforce was, the fucking angels.
Yeah, Ghostager, yeah, right? Right, but that's the thing, right? Sentai has always just been like each season, it's just its old thing, like Kamen, right? Like Zenkaiger, right? The pirate was the only time they ever DK'd Zio with that thing, right? Like they ever bothered to bring back stuff, right? So then with Zenkaiger, they tried to do that, but then they just didn't bother to. It said like, oh yeah, no, we can just do other Sentai power and it's not explained. But in this one, they just said that, oh hey, we can just transfer him to other Sentai and not explain, and we can just DK this, and call it a day, right?
This just feels like this is just
a lot of ideas just being
thrown
together. Yeah.
It just feels like they're making Zenkaiger into the decade of Sentai at this point, because if he's getting a sequel series, then this makes this the Zio to decade, except if Zio directly followed after decade, which would be fucking hilarious. Also, because they would just be. Could you imagine if you told someone to watch in order Decade and then Zio, and then they had to go, what the fuck happened between these two? There's people here that I've never seen before. It's like,
don't worry about these 10 unknown characters, right? Right? Don't worry.
Yeah, no one needs to know about... Nobody needs to know about O's and fucking
double. Right, Look, you just need to know that Tokiwa Sojo is just a side character until the main character appears 16 episodes in, alright?
In Zio, what was the episode that they had for... Did they have an episode for Double? I mean, or was that one of the ones that they just gave him? Like the drive belt where they just... Or with the drive ride watch where they just waited until...
Double was... Didn't?
The movie. I think Double... He might have... just gotten, because I don't remember there being a double.
I don't think there was a legacy episode for Double. I think he just got the double. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think that there was a. Yeah, I don't think there was a double. There was a double legacy episode, because I was just thinking about it. I'm like, I don't remember there being any character that was brought up from Double.
Right. Yeah, it's really weird.
But yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So this shit is fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, alright, tell me what the fuck. Who are we dealing with? What the fuck is this plot?
Okay, so the Yellow Ranger was a successful manga artist until she got accused of plagiarism because she found the glasses, right? That allow her to see the real universe, right? See who really controls the government, right? Right?
Right.
She finds out that
she's she brought her truck to Ontario.
Yeah, that's right.
Or whatever.
And then after that, and now her life is ruined because they're now. It turns out these monsters who are definitely controlling the behind the scenes might have told her publishing company, hey, she wanted to stole these assets, fire her, ruin her life, make her work at a manga cafe now, right?
I guess so,
or at a random cafe, not a manga cafe, and ruin her life and everything, Yeah, so that's the Yellow Ranger story. So far they're not doing all 5 Rangers at once in this show so far, right? They're just taking it slow, right? Because literally episode 1, we just focus on her.
I'm surprised that they've. I'm surprised that they started off with all of the Rangers at the same they've all already transformed, because normally, at least comparing it to Power Rangers, right? Either you're all in a team from the beginning, and you all have the same backstory, let's say fucking Time Force, right? Where it was they're all one team, and then except for the Red Ranger, where it's the only reason he was brought in was because he had the same DNA, whatever, right? So it's okay, I understand. I've got the picture. You can give me the backstory on everybody individually, later, but I understand why you're all together. Then there's something fucking original Power Rangers, right? Where it's they're 5 different kids that don't start off originally as friends, and they're just brought in together, and so they have to learn to get along and work together and shit. Or any of the other fucking ones Lightspeed Rescue or Galaxy or Ninja Force is like the most egregious, is the one that actually like was the closest to like following the format, I guess, of like original Power Rangers, where it's like, we'll get a full 5 in by the end of the season, by like later. Don't worry about it. Like we're starting with 3.
Yeah.
But like this has them all already. They're all already like together, but they're not together because they don't actually like hang out and like know each other. But I guess that's just what I'm noticing. Continue with telling me who the fuck the rest of these people are.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because we don't know all the characters so far. Right. Episode 1 literally just focus on the yellow.
Yeah. Let's do it in order of appearance. All right. So yellow one is the first one. The yellow one is the first one that we see. Technically, we see then pink and red at the same time.
Right. They exist, but she doesn't know who they are. Right, she's like we only see pink.
Right, it seems like the big thing is that she's trying to figure out the rest of her members.
And also she was given that. Also, by the way, when she first put on the glasses, she was sent to a digital prison where she met a guy behind bars telling her to find. Hey, look for Momotaro. By the way, pledge your loyalty to him. I'm not gonna tell you who he is. You just gotta find him. I'm not gonna tell you where he is, what he looks like, or anything.
I'm not gonna. Or anything with, like, the yellow books or whatever.
Just look for a guy named Momotaro, and as soon as you find him, pledge your loyalty to him. And so that is her thing right now, is like...
Well, Donald Trump, he has the office of former President Donald Trump, or whatever, his fucking weird-ass website blog, where he spills his conspiracy shit, so why the fuck wouldn't there be some dude in internet prison going, hey, I can't tweet anymore, but you can tweet for me.
Right, so her thing right now is going around trying to figure out who the heck Momotaro is. Or something like that, right?
Yeah. Not Momotaro, Momotaro.
Yeah, right? So that's her mission right now, and so she doesn't know who he is, but we, the audience, know that, it's this guy...
Yeah, that's what it's called, narrative irony.
It's this guy this delivery guy, who goes around, his gimmick is that, hey, we met, you and me are friends now, because we said, because we had we formed a strong bond now, so that's his entire...
That's also the creepiest premise.
Right?
Like, that is, essentially the premise is a fucking delivery person that gets way too into you, which is my fucking nightmare, because I DoorDash all the time. Like, I order DoorDash all the time. The last thing I need is someone fucking coming up and being like, hey, I'm back. Who the fuck are you? Oh, I delivered your food yesterday. We're friends now. No, you're not. No, we are not. Go away.
Which one's your car?
Stay away from me.
So I know where to park my car next to when I come back to your plaza, shopping plaza.
Yeah.
What do you? Yeah. You want me? Can I meet you after your work? Just give me your office address and I'll meet you there. That's an
insane person. That is an insane fucking like thing to do. Like to, like go through life doing that shit. And then I get that the pink one is like.
He's a middle-aged guy who works at an office.
He's not even middle-aged.
Well, not middle. I think he's like 28 or something.
He looks like he's like 20. He looks like he's in his like early 20s, mid-20s.
He just works at. He just has like a. That's old, I gotta remember.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He has a salary. He's a salary man.
Yeah, who works at an average job, who isn't appreciated by his employees, and who apparently when this company is losing money, when some guy comes up with literally idea. The guy thinks, what an average idea. Like, okay, you're the one that one that needs a new idea. Why are you complaining about this? You're the one that's losing money. Yeah. He actually came up with an idea to make money, and you're like, it could be better. I'm like,
I don't like it.
That's not exploitative for our market, right? Right? Right. We need something that we can exploit to everyone, right?
Not enough money.
Yeah, so he's married, he has a wife, and he's completely CG.
Yeah, hey, that's pretty cool. Surprised that he's fucking actually it's not even that he has a wife, has a happy wife. Like, he seemed like such a sad sack that I was expecting him to be, like, just a fucking, like, everything in his life fucking sucked, and, like, when he was like, and this girl starts running towards him, I'm like, well, she doesn't like him. He's like, I'm married.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, okay, I guess so. You got one thing good going for you. Great. Now, if only you could fix the rest of your damn life.
Right, yeah. So I guess this second we're focusing on him. I don't know his character name, and I'm probably not going to bother to learn for like another 5 episodes. Right.
The Tall Swan Man, because holy fuck, he transforms into a giant fucking long-legged swan monster.
Right, I don't know. It's boy, I have to look this up. Kijino is his character's name. Sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So he's so he has one thing going for his life.
So also yeah. Continue. Yeah, he has one thing going for him.
I was gonna say he just has one thing going for his life, and now he has a.
And then the last one is the Black Ranger that's a cat man.
Yeah.
They clearly didn't get to choose their fucking avatars. They just got stuck with like, hey, whatever. Hey, use my alt account.
Yeah.
Go for it.
This is the best I got for my alt account. I never said this was a good alt account. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, you will be dressed like a girl. Yes, you will be naked. Don't worry.
Yeah, look.
Don't ask questions.
Look, you wanted a login. You wanted to use my account. All right, here you go. This is the best I got.
Yeah, you gotta live with it.
Yeah. So it turns out
you have to be Kirito now.
Yeah. So the Red Ranger is a guy who's gets taken advantage of by his peers.
Yeah, he's honest to a literal fault, but I mean, yeah, I feel like that's a perfectly fine fucking stupid like gimmick for a personality trait.
I mean, we ignore the fact that he just becomes bonds with everyone, right?
Yeah, the bonding thing is fucking insane, and that's honestly horrifying. Like, it's literally makes you go like, ooh, I'm not going to. You know what? I could talk shit about the USPS, but I don't need to talk about that anymore. You've heard those stories. That shit got wild. That shit continued to be a fucking mess, but
yeah,
at least they're not trying to hang out and come over to my house and say that we have a bond now.
So then the manager lady is old and she wants to be young, and then that's her demon or avatar wish or I still don't understand how the anime of the season works, right? Like, I don't know what's the deal, what's their gimmick, right? Right, because the last episode we had a guy that wanted to be good at ping pong, right? So he got taken over by a dinosaur, right? So this one we have the manager who wants to be young, and she gets taken over by a train.
And so she's a train.
Yeah, right. I don't know how these correlations work.
Maybe she just wants to be young. And she wants all of the delivery boys to run a train on her. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's it. Right, so we know.
Come to me, young boys.
Yeah, so we know that the gimmick, the monster, like the reason why everyone gets monsters, like, oh boy, I have this wish or some shit, right?
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah, so then back at the cafe, hey, this guy can't pay for his
Yeah, but hey, will you take a haiku? But yeah, isn't he supposed to be the blue one?
Yeah, but no one knows it yet.
Because he didn't seem. Yeah, but he doesn't show up in this episode.
Not. We're just introducing the other characters to we're setting up.
It's just weird to me that they don't show the rest all.
Yeah,
of them,
I said, they're slowly building up the team. Because last episode we only had 3 Rangers show up.
I mean, that still seems like a lot for just the first episode to include already. I feel like if you're going to do, or rather, let me put it this way, I feel like it should have been I would have expected it to be the first 3, sure, fine, and then another one this episode, and then another one next.
I mean, that's technically what happens this episode, because we do get we do get a secret.
Is this the first time that we see one of them transform?
It's the first time. Yeah, pretty much, because we only saw the Yellow Ranger transform last episode, right?
Right.
Because we only been following her journey so far. Because so far she's been as the narrative for us, right? Like, you're wondering how I got into the situation and everything. Hey, who's this guy in a wheelchair? What's his deal? Right?
Yeah.
Right. So we've just been.
Wait. So what was the monster last week's one?
Real Soldier. By the way, all the enemies this season are based on past Sentai Rangers. It turns out.
That's what I So that's what I gathered. Is it? What the fuck happened at the end of Zenkaiger then? that he's going around collecting all of these things again.
All right, so we know that this is a sequel, but we don't know how much of a sequel. This is literally what happens at the end of Zenkaiger. Kaito beats God, and then he says, "I'm gonna travel the multiverse. You can't stop me, God." Literally, the last time I said Kaito was like, God was like, "Hey, I'm shutting off the multiverse. Nobody remembers the multiverse anymore, right?" That shit's off.
Kevin Feige said, I'm never making another fucking Marvel movie.
Right, so I was like, I'm shutting it off. Nobody remembers. And then Kaito's like, I don't like that. I'm gonna beat you, and if I win, I get to travel the multiverse and everything, right? And that's it. So he beats God. He's like, wow, what a great
So he decides to travel the multiverse, and so this is like how fucking what was Decade is his real name was like what Kaito. No.
Tsubasa?
Was it? Yes. Karuta Tsubasa, that's what it is. Yeah.
But that was the problem, right?
So is this like his photo? Is this like the same thing as like the Photoshop?
No, but that was the problem. At the end of Zenkaiger, Kaito travels the multiverse with the other Rangers, right?
Oh, he clearly didn't. He clearly lost some of them along the way. Also, it appears that somehow God. So then they also honestly, so much of this I could have just like taken from watching the opening, and I would have been confused. The Zord is also from Zenkaiger, or half of it is. Is half of it new and half of it old?
Yes. Right.
Okay, so half of it is Zenkaiger's Zord, and half of it is
Donbrothers, Akira Motorcycle.
Don Momotaro?
Akira Motorbike. Because apparently the team, according to the toy rumors at least, the team is not getting a real Megazord until for another 3 months or some shit. Like, they're not getting their...
Are they not getting their own Megazord?
Yeah, they're not getting that thing for another 2 months or something, from what I read.
Interesting.
Yeah. So until then, they have to backpedal on, hey, remember Zenkaiger? Remember how this is supposed to be a sequel to Zenkaiger? We gotta remind everyone with that. And it's done. All this is done really poorly, by the way. I still don't understand how, outside of Kaito 2 or Multiverse Kaito showing up and him being Zenkaiger Black, I don't understand how any of this shit works, right?
Yeah, one of the seven Tokiwa Shoguns.
Me and William still do not understand how this universe, how this multiverse thing actually works. Like if this was the original Kaito from the Zenkaigerverse, we would have been like, oh, okay, this is how it connects, right? But for what
I mean, is it really not him? Are you sure?
According to what the press release says, this is not Kaito from Zenkaigerverse.
I don't know. I think they're gaslighting
Probably.
you.
But we know that Kaito...
Yeah.
But here's the problem with it. Because we don't... Zenkaiger Kaito is too fucking stupid to put up a charade this long. Right?
Yeah, but this isn't Zenkaiger. It's the sequel Zenkaiger.
Yeah, right? That's the part. So we're really confused by how this whole multiverse bullshit...
Oh, God. Now I get it. They're the fucking...
Oh, did you just figure...
Their avatars are the fucking members of Momotaro's party.
Oh, did you just figure that out? Oh.
Oh, because I just saw the preview and the fucking blue one is I was like, so the blue one's buff. And it's like, oh, he has a monkey ass. Oh, right, he's the monkey. The crane, the monkey, the tiger or cat, I guess, whatever.
The dog.
And then just a regular, and then the yellow one is the Oni. Fuck, shit. God damn it.
Like I said, it's really weird how they're just playing to this Momotaro thing, but it barely has anything to do with Momotaro, right? It's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, hey.
I will say this. I like how they chose to do the Momotaro, put the Momotaro design into the suit, with the because especially since they're still doing these all I can describe them as. I know that they're supposed to be gears. But they really seem more like the fucking nozzles on the top of a garden hose, at the spigot of a garden hose. But I like that they put one basically on the top of his head to be the
headband, the
top knot. Yeah. So there's things about this that I could see,
the suit
like,
designs are
actually
really interesting,
liking.
right? It's just that the fact that two of the suits are CGI, like, is really weird.
The CGI shit is really weird, and also, if I honestly, like, again, I didn't watch Zenkaiger for any purpose otherwise, but if I were perhaps listening to this podcast before and heard William clearly say certain things about certain episodes that informed me about what was happening in Zenkaiger, then I might have been less confused than I am now, because I don't understand what the fuck is, like, there's too much, like, it's referencing things, and it's also not referencing things. It's trying to be its own thing, but it's, like, also a sequel, and it's like, I can't do both of those. How does this work?
Yeah, it's really weird, right? Yeah, and then so anyway, manager lady keeps stealing the light force out of other people and everything, right? But Momotaro is like saying, "Oh no, I can't lie. I
literally can't lie. I'm sorry, lady, but you look 68.
Yeah, you can. No matter how much life
the funny
energy
thing
you
was,
steal.
Yeah, no matter how much lipo and Botox you suck and steal, you're going to look like you're 68. Yeah. So it was really funny because when he was being because he was being honest at first and all that, and then and then the other guys, after they fucking just tricked him into stealing his fucking lunch money, or his lunch, fucking school bullies, when they said she looks I can't believe she's 40, I went, I can't believe she's 40. She does not look 40. What the fuck are you talking about? And then they went 30s, and I'm like, that's a lie. That can't be it. And then he said 68, and I went, that's correct. Thank you. That makes way more sense. That is absolutely everything is right in the world. I'm glad that I'm not so fucking crazy that I can't understand what age a person is. Also, what a dick move. These guys are clearly bullying him, and she is not doing much to stop them, other than being like, listen, maybe you shouldn't be too honest all the time. You're going to get yourself fucked. And instead she's just like, listen, she could explain, you know that they're only asking you what you're going to, use in rock, paper, scissors so they can take your fucking lunch away from you, you fucking idiot. Stop playing the game with them. Hey, the three of you, stop tricking him into, giving you his lunch. And,
yeah, right.
And then they, as douchebags, they go, hey, how can we get him in trouble with the fucking manager? And fucking have him fucking, hey, how can we entrap him into insulting the manager? That's a bold move to do in front of her, in her face, as she is literally mid-conversation trying to correct him on, being too honest has its faults.
Yeah.
Insane move. Insane move.
Right.
But yeah. Fuck. This series is wild.
Well, it's definitely wild, yeah. Yeah, so I'm just skipping ahead to, the main point. So, manager lady becomes an evil train creature now, right? And then our character we're supposed to believe is doing good still doesn't know who Momotaro is, by the way. So
yeah, Momotaro. Yeah.
Yeah, and she thinks any guy, but besides the guy with the nameplate that she saw in episode. Oh, by the way, she saw his nameplate in episode 1 and everything, right? Right, because he definitely wears a badge with his name in it. She was like, nah, not it.
Yeah, because that can't be it.
Yeah, nah, too obvious, you know?
It must be this guy with an umbrella coming towards me menacingly.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing I love about this. He's the main villain. Their outfits literally just looks like fucking other tokusatsu shows character, right? Which is the funniest thing.
Do you think that it's getting into a weird... It's going from just the Super Sentai multiverse to the tokusatsu multiverse.
Right, that's also, what I was talking about.
You joked about it being...
Right, me and what we're talking about. Because apparently from what we gather in this universe, Sentai does not exist. Right? Because the main Yellow Ranger in episode 1 was wow, I've never seen a costume superhero before. I'm like, huh, what a weird, odd thing to say. Right? Because in episode 1,
So it's not even that Sentai doesn't exist. It's that Tokusatsu doesn't
Yeah, right. Because in episode 1, she gets saved by the blue guy, right, at night, right? Because she was attacked at night. So the blue guy comes in. She's like, "Wow, I've never seen a hero like that before." And I'm like, "Huh, that's what a weird statement."
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah. So pretty much like for like the first half of the episode, we're under the assumption that the blue guy was supposed to be like the main hero of this universe, right? Like we're supposed to, he's like the tokusatsu hero until we find, oh no, this guy just wants to kill people who doesn't fit his ideals of justice, you know.
Oh right, you mean the blue guy, the blue bad guy with the sword and everything? Yeah,
the one that looks like straight up like an Ultraman, like looks up like a fucking or Ultraman character and everything, right?
Well, the thing is, now that because it looks like there's a trio of them, the other thing that it makes me think of is, like, all of the, like, metal heroes shit, with that, fucking VR Troopers and, Beetleborgs, like, took after.
Right, it's just crazy how these characters just straight up looks like Ultraman characters.
This series somehow the Zenkaiger and, like, I mean, this, Donbrothers, is, like, somehow this is, like, Haim Saban's wet dream.
Right.
Like, all of the things are all at the same time.
And look, if only he was still adapted, he could have had this season and everything.
Yeah, he sold too early. He should have holded on. He should have holded on fucking goddamn Power Rangers. He didn't know it was going to the moon. Even though they've been to the moon already multiple times.
So hey, turns out Ultraman are the real villain in this universe and everything. Whoops.
Just like they always wanted it to be. Fuck you, Subaraya. This is Toei country.
That's right. Look, just because we can't promote our contact in the West, right, we'll make you the villain in the East.
So what if you guys have a contract with fucking Crunchyroll? We don't believe in Crunchyroll. What's a Crunchyroll?
Right? Hasbro has the rights to our property in the state. Don't definitely let us...
Yeah, and they're handling it
Don't let us release more DVDs of our show and allow our show to be streamed at some point. Again.
They've done... Even though, especially when you consider that there's so much fucking foreign content on Netflix. This is now, like, melding into our fucking Dino Fury shit. But, like, there's so much fucking international content on Netflix, even American Netflix, without a fucking, like, VPN, that they could very easily just put not only every Power Rangers on Netflix, but also Super Sentai.
Yeah, but Hasbro doesn't want to do that. Hasbro wants to control the narrative.
Like subtitled. They don't need to... We don't need a fucking another thing like back in the day with the fucking dubbed Ultraman. I'm just saying, you could just put a Japanese show on fucking Netflix week by week, like Japanese Netflix does with fucking anime, and just do it
but
that
Toei
way.
doesn't know how to fucking do that. He doesn't, right?
Instead they opened up a fan club channel and a fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah, that you can only view in Japan with a Japanese ISP. Yeah, Toei doesn't know how to market their stuff.
It's fucking insane.
Right, it doesn't help the fact that now that Hasbro has the rights to distribute Sentai, they're like, there's no such thing as Sentai. There's only Power Rangers, and there will always be Power Rangers. You're never getting the rights to your Sentai IP in the West, Toei. Fucking should have learned how to contract your things better.
Should have learned to read the fine print. Oh wait, you don't have an English liaison. Sorry.
We have this now.
Oh my god, they Native Americans them. They straight up Pilgrims and Native Americans them. They gave them a blanket with smallpox and then said, haha, thanks for the corn, dumbasses. This is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Everything about the Sentai fucking, like, franchise, also everything that Toei does really is fucking insane.
Right. Hey, look, don't worry, they have Dragon Ball in the West, alright? That's what's carrying them.
Wow. Even though, literally, Funimation is telling people that it's A-okay to just cancel your Funimation account because now everything's going to Crunchyroll. That's a verbatim quote from the FAQ section on Funimation's website about the Funimation Crunchyroll merger.
Oh boy, that's great.
That is. Hey, they say fuck us. We don't matter. Go watch. Go watch Toei shit on fucking Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty hilarious.
Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, she's a train. She's the. I guess you should start referring to you should start referring to them as the fucking monster as their Sentai series. She's the Tokuger monster, and she's all about being young for her own petty reasons, and they all fight. She gets gaslit into thinking that Momotaro is this man with an umbrella, but he's not.
And he just turns out to be an Ultraman character who's like, oh wait.
He's also an Ultraman. And then the Ultramen decide to start beating ass because she's trying to stop them from just straight up killing her for being an old lady that's insecure
so she
about her
tries
age.
to save people, right? But the Ultraman character is like, no, they definitely had a fake $20 bill. They deserve to die, right? That's the Ultraman character in this universe, right?
Yeah. I'm a time cop, and I'm here to correct it by murder.
Mm-hmm. Right, so here's the best part, is when Momotaro shows up and he transforms, right? So there's a whole part when he transforms, right?
Right, and they put him on a palanquin?
Yeah.
Palanquin?
Is that what I just call it
with his fucking bike on top of it, which I just think is... It also summons a bunch of attendants carrying him.
Yep. By the way,
That's
none of that is
insane.
explained. Those are actual people that show up. And they just disappear.
Do you think... Oh, I was going to say maybe it's all the surrounding people being possessed by his
it's Avatar.
by his transformation power.
Right, so he gives out free
They're
accounts.
all unwilling slaves.
Right? But yeah, no, like that whole segment, right? Where we have like these dancers fucking doing this whole fucking dance sequence and these people carrying him, those are all actual people that exist. That they're actually carrying. This is not like some weird fake CG transformation sequence, right?
I mean, he showed up with the squad. He showed up with the squad.
Yeah.
What else can I say, you know?
It's actually very hilarious because it's not showing this episode because it's the CG sequence. But in the last episode when he show up, they just stand there and watch it happen. Like, yep. And that's it.
Yes. Continue to battle. I mean, gang warfare, gang tactics. We always talk about it. That's all it is.
Yeah, so everyone fights, and like I said, the fucking Inu brother and the Kaji brother, right? CG are just fucking weird as fuck, right? Because it's time. We assume it's because of money reason, right? Because hey, here's the thing about Sentai.
He's supposed to be the dog. He looks like a cat. Why does he look like a dog? Why does he look like a cat if he's supposed to be the dog?
Yeah. Right, so that's the thing, right? That's the thing about Sentai right now. Not in a good state.
Yeah.
Not in a good state right now in terms of production and everything and toy sale, right? Because it turns out Zenkaiger.
Clearly, they could only afford.
It turns out Zenkaiger was like the worst selling toy year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could only get 3 suit actors. I was going to say.
Yeah, they could only get 3 fucking suits, and 2 of them are CGI.
Mm-hmm. Right, it's really hilarious.
I mean, I guess these villains are like the most original fucking like suits, but like they also, as we're saying, like they look like borrowed from other like series designs.
Right. Oh yeah, and then just everything is just straight up CG because apparently Donbrothers just straight up fucking turns into an avatar, a literal avatar. This little fucking chibi
an avatar of an avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he just.
I mean, Isn't he like the SD fuckers from
Zenkaiger? He's not really SD. He's just mini, right?
I guess.
Right, he's not really an SD. He's like, so this is called Dom Momotaro Alter, right? Is his character's name? So
now he's using his alternate account.
Yeah, right. It's really like some weird chibi character form that he has, and he just.
And he has to spirit away his body so that he can go. Man, this is a weird ass fucking show.
Right. Yeah, but
I hope William comes back so I never have to fucking watch it again.
Yeah. So anyway, the Ultraman character just says, later. "Okay, we're done here. We're leaving. Bye. You can deal with this yourself."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, have fun.
Yeah, but don't worry.
This isn't worth our time.
Yeah, but don't worry. Dom Momotaro gets his body back, and then they do their big finishing move where he has everyone like, "Hey, raise me up, do your job, right?
Yeah,
remember,
me. Yes,
I'm the king.
God.
I'm the leader. You're all under me now and everything.
Yes. Praise me and lick my feet, peasants.
Yeah, right. Raise me up on this altar.
I'm the Bug King.
As
I'm the Bug King. And you are my subjects.
Right, yeah. And then he does his big finishing slash and everything, right? Right. Yeah. So then the monster transforms and becomes
a collective finishing move. What a welcome exchange, like from another show that has seemed to have forgotten what the fuck that is.
It's pretty good. His slash is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Like, hey, putting all of your collective energy into one person for a slash is still counts as more of a fucking like combo move than anything in fucking Dino Fury. So fine. I can live with that.
Yeah. So when they defeat the monster, and they create like another. So they're already in an alt universe, right? And they're already in the metaverse. But when they defeat it makes a copy of the metaverse that they're in. Oh yeah, but here's the second. Oh yeah, no, here's the darknet now. Now you have to fight the monsters in the darknet, right? And
do you think that the person in the fucking jail is is God after Zenkaiger just fucked off?
No, because we learned in episode 1 that is Momotaro's dad.
Oh.
Like not his actual dad, but the guy that finds Momotaro's dad. That dad, the second dad, right? Because you know the story of Momotaro, how he was found by a couple. Yeah. But in this one,
he was in a peach.
Yeah, but in this one, it's just one guy.
He's the one that found. He's not the one that. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. All right. Sure.
Once again, like I said, the story of Momo is used very loosely in this show, right? It's not it's not like this show isn't like a direct 1-for-1 translation of, hey, look, here's the story of Momotaro for a new generation. This is really just, hey, look, we like this part of Momotaro. All right, let's just use this bit.
I mean, at least it's, I don't know, is it better that they're even trying to use it like Momotaro? Because at least with like Den-O, they just went, listen, it's literally just a name. That's it. That's the only part of Momotaro that we're talking about. Yeah, we got a red one, we got a blue one, we got a yellow one, and yeah, they're loosely based off of we got a purple one. They're loosely based off of Momotaro's companions. Don't worry about it. We're not going to actually try and make this the story of Momotaro. Like, fucking Den-O's main character wasn't named fucking goddamn like
Momotaro.
You know. Yeah, Momotaro, you know. Which, boy, when you think about it, that's almost the laziest fucking name you could think of. They just put one extra letter and spaced out. Can you imagine the person who is like in charge of like character design staring at the keyboard and going, spacebar. I've done it. I'm brilliant. $200,000.
Yeah,
awesome.
Give me all right, I did my work away. Pay me now.
All right.
See. All right. See you guys next.
Tanaka in accounting. Tanaka in accounting. You're getting a raise. Holy shit! You're the most brilliant man we've ever had.
Here's my checking account number. Direct deposit the money to there. By the way.
Yeah, I expect the money in the mail I expect the money in my account by the time I get out of this office.
Right, yeah, so they defeat the monster, big CGI world where this thing just transforms into a giant, straight up, holy shit, a fucking train demon. What a fucking insane... This character design is absolutely insane. Also,
wait, so, in the first episode, did they have a Zord fight?
Yes.
Okay, but did they have... Was it a fucking tokusatsu kaiju fight, or was it a CG one like this?
CG one like this.
Okay, so seems like there's a bit of a pattern this time, and I don't know what's going on with that.
I guess it turns out CG might just be easier to do, right? Rather than getting a full monster costume every week, right? Right, because like I said, I don't think Toei's putting a lot of budget into Donbrothers right now, right? I mean, they're still putting money, but they're not putting like money for them for like, okay, we can make a suit every week, right? Because it's cheaper to make to do CG animation over having like in-suit costume and everything, right? Yeah. And also, it's still not explained how this, because so he combines with Juran, right, to Don Zenk, which by the way still hasn't been explained, right? We don't know why these two can explain, right? Because it's not like Momotaro calls up Zenkaiger Black, hey, the monster's here. Call your Zorzo, let's combine. This is what happens in episode 1. Momotaro fights the monster by himself, right? Right? He's like, oh boy, hey, this CGI monster really kicking my ass, right? Then the Juran comes in and says, hey, let's combine. And he's like,
so is that the Juran of fucking of Zenkaiger?
We don't know, right?
Great, cool.
We don't know, right? We just know
because he was alive then.
Because
he was a full fucking person.
Mm-hmm. But in this one, it's just the dinosaur.
Person
it's just the dinosaur combination now, or like the dinosaur form, right? And we don't know, so they just combine this, and he just combines. But it's like, all right, this works. Let me fight this thing.
Because in Zenkaiger, it was that the fuck. What were the fucking robots called?
The Kikonoids. Mm-hmm.
Kikonoids. Yeah. It was that they turned big, and then they like two of them combined to make a Zord.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what happened?
Yep.
So I assumed that would have to be the fucking like Red Zord.
Yeah, but no, this one is just the Red Zord.
Kikonoids don't exist.
We don't even know if this is like the actual Juran or he's just somebody out like a dinosaur. That's it. Right? Like,
I guess so.
Like it's really like I said. So how this is supposed to be a direct sequel is still very loose, right? Like how all these pieces fills in together, right? It still really makes no sense. But don't worry, they derailed the train and everything, and the day is saved, you know.
Yeah, just like real heroes, they derail a train, saving the day.
Mm-hmm. Right, and then Kaito gets Zenkaiger Black gets a new gear, which by the way doesn't make any sense. I want to point this out real quick.
Yeah, well.
So he gets So in Zenkaiger, right, there was the Zenkai gear, right, that allowed them to do their stupid Super Sentai bullshit. In this season, right, the red gears, right, with the little instead of being like a real gear, it's like a shuriken type of looking thing. These are called Avataro gear, right? Right.
Sure. Okay.
But here's what
happens
in episode.
So they're not the same item.
Right. But here's what happened in episode 1. After they defeat last week's monster, right? It transformed into the Avataro gear of Real Soldier, right? And you're thinking, all right, it makes sense. But then it transformed back into the Sentai gear of the Zenkai gear from Zenkaiger's world. And Kaito's like, all right, this is what I want, sweet. But in this one, Kaito says, whatever, I'm just gonna take this version. So I don't know what's the point. Because I was under the assumption that Zenkaiger Black is just hunting down the other Sentai, the Sentai gear in this universe, but he's clearly not now. Because he takes the Avatar gears instead this episode, right? Mm-hmm. Like I said, this universe makes sense. I don't understand the rules. I don't understand the law. I don't understand what anyone's endgame at this point is, right? Right, which doesn't help because it's only episode 2, obviously. But I still don't understand the motive of any of these characters. Right, so it's very fucking weird. But yeah, hey, so they defeat the day. Momotaro says, hey, you're still old and everything, you know. Right. Yeah,
you still look old, but hey, you know what? You've got a young person spirit. Mm-hmm. You know, the spirit to steal other people's souls because you don't feel adequate enough.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah, so then Kaito, this universe Kaito's scheming now with he has 2 gears, right? And he's like, ooh boy, I have 2 gears now. You guys should be using these gears more than me, right? Because I'm not doing anything. I'm just collecting these. I'm taking these fucking Pogs before you guys can...
These are my Pogs.
Yeah, right? Like, you guys need these Pogs more than me. Because you need them to transform. Yeah. And I don't know what I'm doing with these Pogs for, right? Because we don't know what the fuck the deal is with this universe Kaito is, right? We just know that there's just another Kaito in this universe. Which, by the way, hey, props to the actor for Kaito getting paid again, right? To be in a set.
Yeah, right.
Right, because normally, so you're only ever in contact for one Sentai season. After that, you're like, all right, now go do your own thing. But he somehow.
It also seems quite. It's also quite bold that they chose to double down on Zenkaiger, even though you just told me that it was like super unprofitable toy-wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was the thing that really confused me when we were talking about this, right? The fact that they straight up made a sequel to Zenkaiger to Zenkaiger when Zenkaiger was like the lowest grossing Sentai season in 22 years. Right? Like so they didn't release the toy
Christ.
set. Like it is the first I've said it is the worst.
What was the lowest one in 2000?
Time Ranger.
In 22.
Time Force.
Which
Time
one?
Force.
Really?
Yeah, because
Time Force was
because if you think because that was before Sentai started doing the whole Megazord mecha auxiliary mech, right? Because what came after Time Force was Gal Ranger or Power Rangers Wild Force, right? If you remember anything from Wild Force, they're like, here's a bunch of animal.
Wild Force had 75 different fucking goddamn toys.
Yeah, and that's what made Gal Ranger Wild Force so profitable, and that's why Toy like, hey, why don't we just start making more Megazords, right? So we can sell more toys.
I mean, Time Force had three main Zords because it had the what was he called? The darker red Ranger.
Q-Rex? V-Rex?
Yeah. So they had that. Then they had their Zord, which had two modes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then they had the big one that, like, had a hammer that, like, launched them into fucking...
that never came to America. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they had stuff to sell.
Yeah, they only had 3 Zords. They had...
So they just didn't have enough Zords that...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it didn't have a lot.
When Wild Force happened, that's when they started going, okay, well, we should start doing fucking just modular ones. But then Ninja Storm went right back to the fucking formula.
Yeah, no, but Ninja Storm had those stupid little Gachapon balls you can buy for your Megazord for weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, yeah. Right, and then Dino Thunder had like all those other dinosaurs you could buy for your thing. Right, bro, yeah, pretty much after they realized that Time Force was a failure, like, ooh, boy, hey, didn't sell enough toys. We gotta make these really more toy-centric now, and everything, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so that's when Gal Ranger did super fucking well. Right? It's like I think Gal Ranger's like, even within like the last 10 years of Sentai, only 3 other season has come close to Gal Ranger's toy sale, right? Yeah, but yeah. So I was thinking the fact that Donbrothers is a sequel to Zenkaiger, which is like the worst selling toy season, is absolutely insane.
It's a bold choice.
Yeah,
to make.
right? Because we don't know the TV to television rating, right? For because they haven't released like the Nissan, wherever the fuck the viewership, right? So I don't know how much of the viewership effects this season was for Zenkaiger, right? For him to be like, yeah, let's do right? Because when you have a sequel, it's usually dependent on 2 things: viewership or toy sale, right? Right? Because if your season does good, the toy company be like, oh, hey, this season sold us a lot of toys, let's do it again, right?
Yeah, but instead it's just like, I don't even know why this is happening.
Yeah, so me are just so perplexed on why this is happening with Donbrothers. Like, why is Zen Donbrothers all of a sudden this sequel season out of nowhere to be like, hey, let's do this, right? Because the theory right now, like the crackpot theory that everyone is copying on right now online is that Donbrothers was supposed to be last year's season and Zenkaiger was supposed to be the sequel series, right? Right? But then a little event happened worldwide that prevented people from being in the same area. So like, ooh, and Tomo's like, ooh, boy, we gotta circumvent this. Let's just put 4 people in costumes and call it a day, right? Like that's the copium theory people are having right now. Is that Donbrothers was originally supposed to be last year's season, right? Before they switched to Zenkaiger, right? But I don't know how plausible that theory, is, right?
Yeah.
It's just very weird. Like I said, Donbrothers is just a very weird season to come into right now.
Yeah. This has been a wild interaction, I gotta say.
Right, but don't worry, hey, Hey, but don't worry. Hey, maybe next week, let's see if you Avatar change to William next week, or William Avatar change back, right? All right. I guess that's it for this episode. All right.
Yeah, no, this is fucking crazy.
All right.
This is fucking, what the fuck did I walk into?
Yeah, boy. Yeah. And I forgot, Donbrothers is absolutely insane, but don't worry. Hey, look. At least by now that you know, right, at least by episode 3, everything will make sense. Right? If you're back. If you're back by episode 3.
Yeah, sure. Oh, God. No. Just explain it to me later. I don't want to go through this. I can't do this and Dino Fury.
Alright, that's this week's episode. Coronavirus is still a thing. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Get your shots.
Pray for William, please, God, come back.
The booster's a thing now. Okay, thanks, bye.